project that has been partially funded by Vision Tulsa is the just opened Air National Guard Mission Training Center, which will offer state-of-the-art F-16 training simulators to combat pilots from all across the nation, and in the future, possibly lure the next generation fighter jet to green country. The 138th Fighter Wing Tulsa Vipers are the second largest F-16 wing in the nation. 21 planes supported by 1,200 authorized personnel, commanded by Colonel Michael Meeson since 2009.
The F-16 is a single-seat, single-engine, multi-role fighter. Our aircraft were originally produced in the late 80s, 1990 timeframe. We fly Block 42 F-16s, which are some of the most capable F-16s in the Air Force inventory.
The pilots of the 138th have been deployed to combat missions 11 times in both Iraq and Afghanistan. They are a lethal force and highly trained, and that training will soon soar to a new state-of-the-art level without ever leaving the ground. So what are we looking at right here?
So this is basically the exoskeleton for the MTC, the simulator device. Will be 4 of these in the facility that are linked together so that pilots, while they're here training, are simulating a 4-ship of F-16s, which is our basic fighting force. We can simulate training environments and adversaries and threats in these simulator devices that we can't replicate on a regular basis in real life.
The 4 simulator cockpits are currently being built by L3 Harris Technologies in Broken Arrow. Total cost $25 million paid for by the federal government. The state of Oklahoma chipped in $608,000 for road improvements, and the cost of the 20,000 square foot Mission Training Center was covered by Tulsa taxpayers.
It was in our Vision Tulsa 2016 sales tax package, and it was $9.4 million. We built the building here. This project both enhances the military and national defense, but it also secures the jobs here at the base.
So there would actually be 3 screens here on this panel, 1 below, 1 to the side, and one above. So the cockpit device itself would face in this direction. So a pilot in the simulator could look out on the screens that would be outside and see the terrain, other aircraft, both within the friendly formation as well as any threats.
You're looking at simulators in use at Vance Air Force Base in Enid. In the past, the 138th Wing had to travel to Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas to perform their simulator training.
We typically only have the opportunity to participate in that training a few times a year. So we might send a small group of pilots, half a dozen pilots, to go train for a week.
Soon they'll be training every week, and they won't be alone.
This facility will provide the opportunity for other pilots from other units to travel here to Tulsa to do that same training.
This is the Air Force's 5th generation jet fighter, the F-35. 3 additional bases will eventually be chosen as the operational locations to fly, train, and maintain this $100 million aircraft.
The mayor announced that the city of Tulsa and Air National Guard were forming a Tulsa task force to bring the F-35 to Tulsa.
If that happens, the new fleet of F-35s would replace the current fleet of F-16s, and it would ensure the viability of this base for a generation or more. And Commander Meeson says there could not be a better home for the new planes.
The experience and the relationship and the support we have from the community, I believe, makes the 138th a great choice for the F-35.
And Meeson adds that relationship goes far beyond money. In fact, you can't put a price on it. Something to remember this week as we honor our past and present military members.
It's nearly impossible to go somewhere in public in uniform and not be thanked for your service. The community of around 138th Fighter Wing is full of patriots, and they recognize and they appreciate our service.
The Air Force's criteria for choosing the 3 additional bases for the F-35 have not been finalized yet. Colonel Meeson expects that to happen within the next 12 months.